We're going to be going live shortly, but I always wanted people to think about this question before I start talking and going live. What have the 1990 babies created? What have the 1990 all the way up to 2000? What was created? What was created? You had black people inventing the mobile phone. You have black people inventing the internet. You have that happened in 1980. Black people inventing the cell phone, the brick phones. Black people inventing the internet. Uh, Black people inventing the ability to talk over the internet, which we use on YouTube and StreamYard all the time. What have the 1990 blacks done with 10, 20 years on the planet? What have they created? Even if you want to include the 1985 blacks, the blacks that are now turning what, pretty much 30 at this point. The 1985 blacks, what did they create? Sometimes when I listen to black people who are in that 1990 late 80s birth, the thing that they're most proudest of is their ability to have sex and the ability to work for somebody. No, no, not even work for somebody. The ability to make some money, which is good. It's good. You know, it. That's the one thing I will say is good is the ability to find streams of revenue. But before 1995, before the internet was created by a black man, what what and he was from the 80s. What what were people able to do other than what we're doing now? What were people maximizing before now? That's always the confusion for me. It's that you hear a lot of people talk about black this, black that, ADOS. But my question is always, what have the 1990 blacks created? What have they created? I see that 1980 blacks have created stuff and 1970 blacks, and I'm not tooting the horn. I'm just stating something that's documented. You know, the 1970 blacks, those guys created Black Panther movement. Actually, those are the 1960 blacks who created Black Panther movement. Uh, the 1970 blacks created things in the 1980s. But what have the late 80s and early 90 babies created? I mean, does anybody? I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm really trying to ask before I go in because well, what is out there? What is out there other than the entertainment got better? We're able to shoot the basketball better. We always talk about LeBron James because there's not too much else to talk about as far as achievements are concerned. And even though the women talk about that they're very educated and they have these businesses, they still haven't created nothing to compete with what's out there. So it just leads me to thinking, okay, what's been created? What have we done in the past 20 years? And then when I do see people trying to create stuff, and it's mostly, us from the early 80s and those people from the 70s still creating stuff, whether it be some type of infrastructure, what have you. I always wonder, what are the other blacks who are on the microphone the most? That's one thing that really trips me out, is that a lot of the other blacks, it appears that, to me, that they've created black bashing. Black bashing is the number one achievement, it seems, by the 1990 and the 2000 blacks. I just don't see what else has been created. I just don't see it. What else has been created other than black bashing? Name me a company. Name me a company that's competing. You know, back in the days, you had BET. BET was competing with um, these other stations. If you had a local station, like we had a local station called Soul Beat, for those people who remember Soul Beat, it was competing. What's competing now? What's out there now that even the women can say that they have created? Bonner Brothers was created from the 1950s brothers. Bonner Brothers wasn't created by the women. Women participate in Bonner Brothers, but it wasn't created. So where is it? Where is this achievement? And I tell you, the achievement is black bashing has become popular and created by the 1990 blacks. There's nothing else. Yet, you got a lot of people doing stuff like the stuff I do. The stuff I do was done by people before me. So it isn't like even me in my personal life, I've made a great segue. And I got to change that. That's in my personal life. Now, for my age demographic, they have made dramatic changes. But when I look back all the way at the Pullman, the brothers from the Pullman union, when we were all unionized, it seems like we have went backwards every year as black ADOS people. ADOS people seem like they've gone backwards trying to just serve the white man. If I can just get a bag of money from the white man, I feel like I've achieved. I don't see how that's being powerful. I don't see how that's helping the children make a way. But this is what we do. We say that, look at the money we making. Yeah, you're making independent money, but what's coming of that? How is that able to affect the market, as people like to say? How does any of that affect the market? I think the one thing that I just rethought about it. The one thing I do in my area, in my field, I try to push back in medical and make a better way for the guys who want to come up in medical. I try to do that because I realize that the doctors, the male doctors, don't want to help other black males. That's what I really noticed, and it's kind of sad. But once again, you got people who are not pushing that envelope. They're not achieving in that area. I'm not mad at them. I'm just like, I don't know how people, what's so funny, I guess with me, I see it this way. Right now, people are successful at making money. But like I was on a live stream today, their success is only a 10-year model. They haven't even got to a 20-year model yet. I heard a guy today, he was talking about, yeah, but stocks are a 400-year model. This 10-year model is the new thing. But sir, it's only a 10-year model. I mean, you're winning right now. And God bless you if you keep winning. Go ahead, change the world. Go buy Mount St. Everest. I'm not mad at you. But until you get to a couple of decades, I don't even know if what you're doing is going to hold water. It's kind of like day trading. Day trading, you make money, but ain't too many people did 20 years of day trading. They did 5 years because day trading is so volatile. You can really lose your shirt in day trading. Well, not if you know what you could do it. Yeah, everybody says that. But look at the people who've taken a hit who are better than the people who are saying that. So I just kind of curious what have blacks in the 1990s created? Because I just don't see it. I just don't see where and how something has manifested. Shout out to people who are in here. Oh, City of Truth. I didn't notice people were here. I'm just rambling. I apologize. Here, I'll drop the link for everybody. Um, City of Truth is here. Uh, student Zoe says student loan debt was created. NC worker. Hey, Ebony Jador, how are you? Majority of the 1990 blacks I can are busy trying to be rappers, basketball players, or IG models. I, you, hey, it's real, man. Now, see, I respect the music thing, because music is an art form. I don't know if you could still do basketball. Let's try. That's like trying to be a running back. And the IG model thing is just, dudes are helping. Uh, dude, it's funny. Dudes complain about the same women that they're online giving attention. That's why I say I'm very hard on women. And some of the dudes who say they MGTOW and SY, they not as hard on women as I am. I just don't. I I don't stress. I don't know, man. It's a trip. The fact that dudes pay so much attention to women. It's just amazing to me. I've never paid that much attention to women in my life, and I've had some women do me dirty. But guess what? I just tightened up my game. Oh wow, really? That happened? Okay, I'll take that loss. Ain't nothing I can do about it now. Took that loss, tighten up the game. That's how I look at it. But it's kind of weird. I want to see that blacks are making great strides, but all I ever see is us going backwards. I look at the money people get, and they so proud of this money, and I'm like, even in tech, we made way more money in tech than what they do now. In tech, these dudes do a lot just to get 100 grand. We used to get 60 grand just to do help desk. Imagine that. Just answering people's questions got you 60 grand. Now you got to do that, plus do stuff on the server, plus just to get 90 grand, which is just 30 more than what you got doing help desk. But it's like the money don't add up. You getting a lot of money, but you asked to do a lot more things. Just don't see. I just don't see how it's benefit. To each their own, but I just don't see it. I, especially like my homie City of Truth. City of Truth critiques me a lot, and I accept the critique. But at this point, I'm like, I want to see these dudes and what the 20-year model look like. I want to see the 20-year model for what people believe, because it's a lot of stuff going on out here that folks just are not. Look at the women. Let me get back on the women again. Women for at least 20 years, if not just 10 years, have been talking about they most educated. What are they the CEO of? What are they the CEO of? How are they competing? Women are always telling black men what they should be doing. How have the black women been defeating white women? Why we got to talk about them? Because they're women. How are the black women pushing back against other women? It seems the black woman's number one concern is what the black man ain't doing. And look, some of that is true on what the black man ain't doing. But that's amongst black men. We should be concerned about that. In the actuality, black men are making more strides against other men than black women are making against women. Let me say it again, because some people just joined. Black men should be pushing against Asian men, should be pushing against Pakistani men, because it's just natural. You want to be mathematically competing. You don't want to just go serve another group of men, because you can't go work for people and just get a bag of money. But let's go to the women. What have the women done to take over Pakistani, to take over Asian, to take over Latina? I'll show you what the Latinas are doing. The Latinas are up in there creating laws for their children. They're uh, doing things for other people who are from their flag country. Uh, I just don't know, what are the black women doing better than the other women. Now, once again, I'm gonna say it: we as black men, it ain't like we are extra at defeating other groups of men, but I give us 20-25%. We are competing on somewhat a level. I do see our money being transferred and used to get into some of these areas. The fact of the matter that people fought to get a lot of this NFL stuff straightened out as far as blackness is concerned. Those are black men fighting other men. getting Black Lives Matter on the NBA floor. It seems like a small thing to you, but that's something that black men are fighting for. What are the women winning at? What anybody in the chat room can tell me what are the women winning at? Because it appears that we in the black community, when you look at the 1990s, the late 80s, the children born of that time was created. I think Black Lives Matter is the only thing I can point to. The creation, those women creating Black Lives Matter is the only thing I can say was created. Because Black Lives Matter is just as strong as Black Panthers as far as notoriety, So I'll say that they created that. But other than that, what's being created? Where are the companies that people are CEO of? Because the basketball guys got to come in and use their money to help people. The entertainment rapper guys got to come in and use their money. Where's the other Martin Luther King? Where's the Martin? Oh, it seems like my browser is trying to crash. My browser is trying to crash. Golly. My browser is trying to crash. I'm sorry, I got to kill the stream, man. My browser keeps dropping. I apologize, man. I fell out of here. The browser just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. I don't know what's going on. But that's the point of what I'm trying to say. I just don't know what the 1990 blacks have created. But before this browser messes up again, I apologize to you guys for keeping it short. But it just took me 5 minutes to try to get back to you guys. I don't know what's going on with the browser. I'm gonna refresh it and reinstall it. Much love. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.